Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the It's in Queens podcast covering events in the world's most diverse borough from August 2nd to August 9th, 2019. As always, I am Mystery Man number one, and
I'm Chris Donovan. I'm proud to put
Chris
my name
Donovan.
on
All
this
right,
podcast.
Chris Donovan, also known as Mystery Man, number two.
Rob Mackay.
We have an unbelievably just jam-packed week here in Queens coming
This
up.
is a huge week, you know. Why?
Yeah, because it's your birthday. It's your
You
son's
did know
birthday.
that.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
my birthday.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, besides
that,
Mystery Man number two's birthday,
I'm a Leo. If anybody wants to know,
you'll be inviting all of the podcast.
any podcast listener wants to show up to my party.
Right.
Please, you know where it is.
All right. But we have so many things going on. I mean, really, it's like 25 events. We're just going to talk about some of the big ones.
Highlights, baby.
And we actually, probably the biggest one is the Festival of Cinema NYC, which runs from this Friday, August 2nd until August 11th. More than 120 films will show, all of them in Forest Hills, but we don't. In a couple minutes, we're going to talk to the guy who organizes the festival.
Yes.
So we don't have to go any more than that. But just remember, August 2nd to August 11th, 120 films. All of them are
Forest Hills, UA Midway.
Forest Hills, Midway. The other big event is that Sarah McLachlan is in town. Mm-hmm. World famous, what would you call her, a balladeer?
Yeah, singer, songwriter,
but
musician,
she
activist.
does it all. She can do opera. She can do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
One of a very
she covered a Nirvana song, I believe. Oh no, that was Tori Amos. Sorry.
She's won a couple of Grammys.
Yes,
she's won a bunch of awards, and she's going to be at the Forest Hill Stadium on August 2nd with New York Pops.
Oh,
so that's very New York Pops is talk about award winning.
That's award
winning. New
York
Pops is right up there too. So I have a feeling they'll play sort of maybe American Songbook, some classical stuff that has words.
They may take some of her songs and
make some of her terms
orchestra,
and put it into orchestra. Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
That's a good one.
And we have another huge international event.
This one's which big is year after year gets bigger.
The Hong Kong Dragon Boat Festival, both days now, this weekend, August 3rd and August 1st. I am not going to row, but I'm going to be in the VIP tent.
Excuse me,
which means that I get.
Pardon me, sir.
Yes, which means that while the sun is down, I will be underneath the VIP tent. Drinking Bruce Cost ginger beer and eating Chinese food that they provide there.
Nice.
Anyway, as always, there are more than 200 teams competing in the Dragon boats.
What's the grand prize? You know?
It's money.
Pride?
It's money, but all of these Hong Kong banks and stuff.
Yeah.
They all sponsor teams that compete many different divisions, and they're actually two different kinds of boats. But they have to be teak and they have to have a dragon head on the front.
Oh, right.
But there are bigger boats and a smaller flight. Is that the word you use?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, and then beyond the everything's going on at Meadow Lake.
Oh, Meadow Lake. Okay.
Yes.
In English. Okay.
In Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. Did you know that Meadow Lake is the largest lake in New York City?
I had no idea that.
It is. It is. Right
you
there,
just hit
Queens,
me with
New
some
York. Queens,
time.
New York.
I just constantly learning on this podcast.
There's also all kinds of food and entertainment and everything else going on the side, and some of it is fantastic. Continuing it, we also have the Spirit of Caribbean, which is another big festival in Jamaica.
I would say it's the Spirit of the Caribbean.
Yeah, what's funny is it's called Spirit of the Caribbean, and it's 5 hours of live music, but it includes people from South Africa, Burkina Faso, a couple of different Africans, someone from Haiti, someone from Barbados, poetry, music, dance, all at the Jamaica Performing Arts Center, JPAC.
Yeah.
So that's pretty big. Do you remember Madonna's Vogue video?
Madonna? Yes, I do.
Well, people always criticize her, saying that she gets everything from the gay community. She just takes it and makes the money off of it.
Yeah, sure.
Well, voguing was, in fact, a huge thing in the New York City gay scene in the 1980s.
That's right. Absolutely true.
And Museum of the Moving Image will be debuting a documentary on the scene in the 1980s.
Wait, this documentary
dancing
this was out a long time ago. You're saying they're debuting it there?
Paris is Burning?
Yeah, that was from a long time ago. That existed.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I thought it was debuting. No, because it's a new film. It's listed under new film.
Oh, really?
Well,
Paris
okay.
is Burning. I thought
You've
it
heard
came
of it?
out. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like it was a thing already.
Well,
I think this is a rescreening.
Well, they're showing it 4 times over the
Right.
weekend. If you want to watch a movie with great dance and music and all kinds
I
of...
hate to go against you. I'm more of a yes and guy, but I think this one came out already.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen it.
Anyway, if you want to see it this weekend, if it's raining and you want to be inside,
Come on.
air
It's gonna
conditioning.
be hot out there.
Yeah. And it's also, it's in the backdrop of the 1980s.
Backdrop, yeah, right. Yeah.
AIDS, transphobia,
Sure.
homophobia.
Homophobia
stuff like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. We also have, for those of us who consumed our podcast 2 weeks ago,
That's
would know
right.
about the All-Star
The Jazz Jam
team.
All-Stars. That's right.
Jazz Jam
Coming
All-Stars.
to Flushing Town Hall.
Town Hall on August 4th. These are, they on the first Wednesday of every month, or is it the second Wednesday of every month? Well, I always get that wrong.
First Wednesday.
They have open jazz jams at Flushing Town Hall, and the Flushing Town Hall decided to put together an all-star team of the best musicians that they'd ever had,
That's right.
and so they're all going to give a concert.
We had on our
We had
vocalist,
the all-star
Robinson,
one, and
Cal.
yeah. Well, so they'll all be performing on August 4th. The other things I wanted to talk about was there's a community day at Noguchi on August 4th, free
Long
admission.
Island City.
And there'll be free tours. There'll be a conversation about one of the artworks there.
That's right down by
all
Socrates,
kinds of workshops down by Socrates, Noguchi.
Yep.
St. John's University is actually holding a taste event.
No kidding.
We do Queen's Taste every year,
dare
where we
they.
showcase. Yeah, they not for nothing, but
reappropriated.
they reappropriate some of the restaurants from my list.
Oh,
but
my
I gave
goodness.
it to them.
That's all right. We're all here. We're all working
So
together.
if you want to try some of the best restaurants in Queens, they'll be giving out samples. And St. John's has a new basketball coach.
Yeah, it's
coach
a
for the
shame.
men's
Chris
team.
Mullen didn't work out.
Chris Mullen didn't work out, but this guy's kind of exciting.
Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson. He was at Arkansas.
Yep.
And I believe that one of the players was going to transfer, but decided to stay after finding out about Mike
About
Anderson.
the changing coach.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's a popular guy. He's got a great sort of family philosophy on his team, and he'll be there as well.
Family, because that's can't
Yep.
use that because
That's what Pittsburgh Pirates 1970s.
no. When you hear your family, it's isn't that like what's that?
is that Applebee's or something?
Yes,
like that?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Applebee's will have
Olive
free
Garden. Olive Garden. Sorry.
Okay, Olive Garden. So if you want to meet him and other people from the basketball program, that would be the chance on August 6th, which is Tuesday at 7:00.
Right.
Along the same lines, Spiderman. Do you know about Spiderman Into the Spiderverse?
So this was a
Which is
very
3D?
big movie in my house. Yeah, it was.
Okay, I imagine that your son would have loved it.
My
It's
son
a
loved it,
3D
absolutely.
Animation. It's 3D
and
animation.
The main character was wearing retro Air Jordans. That was a big deal.
Retro Air Jordans. Okay.
But yeah, this character in this grew up. I think he's a Brooklyn guy.
Morales.
Yeah, Morales,
Mike
and he's his dad is black, his mom is Latina.
Oh, is that how it
and
works out?
he becomes Spider-Man, but he also meets Spider-Men and women from different universes.
Okay.
From different
Spiderverses.
Spiderverses. Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's also and the whole idea is that he's got to find. He's young. He's got to find
He's
the
gotta
hero
find-
he has
yeah,
inside
absolutely.
him. He's coming of age at age 13.
when a hero comes along, you find the strength to
You
carry
find the
on.
strength of the character. Now that's the Museum of the Moving Image is going to have daily screenings at noon of
Yeah.
this movie from August 7th to August 11th.
Yeah,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5 days.
They swear that I just think they showed that outdoors at Left Rack City recently. I thought that was a nice touch.
I think they're going to show it outdoors in Astoria too. The other thing I wanted to say is that the Summer Sings
there you are.
series,
August
is
5th. That was my Christmas pick
was-
of the week. August 5th in Astoria, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
So you want to watch it outdoors for free at Astoria Park.
Well, this is 3D.
August
though.
5th. We want to watch it 3D indoors.
And it
Museum
has
of the
very
Moving Image.
cool graphics in 3D because
Yeah?
it's an animated cartoon, so 3D is definitely a cool way to watch it.
Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is that there's this, what I just think is great. The Forest Hills Choir, the Oratorio Society of Queens, and Scola Sine Nomina, which is the adult choir from
right.
St. Mary's in Ozone Park.
That's right.
They're getting together. They're doing these 3 concerts this summer, August 1st, 8th, and 15th, where they really don't practice. They'll be there. Anyone else who wants to come by can sing. They have a conductor. They give you the
Wait,
sheet
you're telling me I
music.
have an opportunity to sing?
Yes, I plan on being there.
That's
We talked about the August 1st one, which was
Yes.
Mozart's Requiem. They're doing Faure Requiem,
Okay.
which Faure is a French guy, and this song is it's a 7-movement piece from the late 1800s at the Church in the Gardens, which is a great place to watch music. And I'm really excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
The improv and all that. That's
it for now.
Let me say that there are about 15 events that we didn't cover.
Where should they go to find those events, Robert?
Please go to itsinqueens.com or follow us on the hashtag itsinqueens, and you can read about all of
Across
them.
all social media.
All social media.
Do we have It's in Queens on TikTok yet? That's the latest and greatest.
My daughter's really into that.
Yeah.
I got to find out what that is. In about 2 years, I'll catch up to it. And a lot of it, of course, is outdoor live music, outdoor movies, etc. Things going on in parks and stuff.
That time of year to get out of
It's
your
that
house.
time of year. But we also have a good reason to stay inside this weekend.
That's right.
Climate controlled indoors. And we're going to meet the guy who organizes the
Put together.
the Festival of Cinema NYC in about 5 seconds.
That's right.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back after that very long intermission.
Oh, I feel like forever.
We are blessed with the presence of Jayson Simba.
Hello.
Straight from Glendale to the world.
Straight out of Glendale.
Yep. Who is the founder, organizer, chief cook and bottle washer?
That's it.
Of the Festival of Cinema NYC, which starts this Friday, right?
This Friday,
August 2nd.
7 p.m.
So tell us first the broad strokes. How many films?
So this year we have, officially it's 120 films, but then we have a bunch of special presentations.
Yeah.
I think 3 films that are being specially presented.
Yeah.
And then we have a film challenge that we've never done before. And these are 12 films, 12 filmmaking teams were assigned a line, a prop, and a genre to make a film in the month of July. And we're going to be seeing those for the first time on Wednesday at a red carpet event that we do.
Okay.
So when you include that and the special presentations, we're looking
Yeah.
at over 130 films.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So and this is, I should probably say, it's August 2nd to August 11th. You're not
Yes.
doing 120 movies in a weekend. It's actually over an entire week. And I understand that the movies come from about 40 countries.
I believe so. Yeah, it's around 40 countries we have this year. And this year we have a lot of filmmakers flying in from everywhere.
Oh, great.
Nice.
That's good for tourism in Queens.
tourism.
Argentina, I think South Africa, Australia. Yeah, we have a lot of confirmations for people that are flying in. I think someone
fantastic.
from Korea just emailed me today that he landed. He's like, all right, I'm in town now. I guess I'll see you Friday.
Right.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So what was the submission process? How did they submit their films for?
So we usually open up about a month after the festival, so October 1st.
Right.
And then they have submission platforms, Film Freeway, Without a Box. We're on about 5 of them, 5
Okay.
different submission platforms. And then you have about 6 months, I think from October to April.
When you're just looking at films.
Well, we're just looking at films. And
And you're curating these based on content.
So me and my team, I work with some other programmers that I know from other festivals that we've worked together, and we review the films, and we just we look at a bunch of things. The quality, will they appeal to audiences? Is it something? Is it presentable? Is it does it have any kind of appeal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're talking narratives, documentaries,
animation,
animations.
shorts.
Yeah, everything. We have a little bit of everything. We have narratives, drama, comedy, horror, sci-fi, thriller. We have animations. We have a really great animation, our closing night film. What else?
Do you have any murders where the butler did it?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, that's good.
How about
are they arranged in thematic blocks?
Not necessarily thematic blocks, but the blocks themselves are kind of they're arranged in a way where the films make sense to be together. So the way it works is that each block has a minimum of 2 films, usually a short film and a feature film. If they're really short, maybe you could see maybe 3 short films and a feature. If the feature is really long, you'll see maybe 1 really short, and then the long feature. So you're guaranteed to see at least 2 films. And the films have like a tone-wise, they fit together. So they're not necessarily the same subject or the same type of film, but tone-wise, it makes sense to play them together. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Is it okay to say that each block is about 3 hours? So if you go to one block, you'll watch about 3 hours of film?
No, it's less than
and a
that.
half?
Each
2.5?
block, each block is about no longer than 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes
Okay.
average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have Queens, one leading the way this year, right?
We always have to ask, how many Queens films do you have in there?
We had enough that we were able to make. So this year, last year we had a block of Queens films in New York. We usually start the festival off the opening weekend with a couple of blocks with films from Queens, and it was very popular. So this year we actually got enough that we were able to do 2 blocks. And then
We're in heaven, right?
Welcome back to the podcast, Jayson. You were in danger of getting thrown out.
So we did. We have. I know we have 2 blocks that are dedicated to like New York and Queens, and that alone I think is 16 films.
Nice.
And then we have 2 blocks of student films, which is something we've never done before. A lot of those films come from New York as well, and from the neighborhood.
Nice.
But I want to say in total we probably have. Definitely, I would say over 20 films from Queens.
That sounds great.
You may not know this, but we had the guy from
Charles.
Nobody's here yesterday.
Yes, I heard.
Okay.
I heard about that.
I'm actually excited to see that one.
That is our Saturday night. Saturday night screening, 8:30.
Yeah, that's prime time, right?
Yes, it is.
So you often have like fun events going on. Like there was the midnight horror film.
We have that again.
Okay, so what kind of fun things?
So let's see. Fun things we have. We're doing karaoke over at Austin Public. We're doing. We're having a networking event over at Jade Restaurant in Station Square.
That's a great place.
That is great. Yeah.
It's Indian Chinese fusion.
Yes. Yeah. And the decor there is really
Bukharan.
amazing. Yeah.
The head chef had Chinese parents when he grew up in India.
No
Oh,
kidding.
see,
So
I
he
didn't
combined
know.
the fusion. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, all right. So we have that. Let me see what else. And then we have the parties after.
What's the
after our
theme
red
of the
carpet.
karaoke night? Do you have to do only soundtracks of movies?
No, but it's funny because the night of karaoke is actually our last film of that night is a film about drag queens, and it's a very musical, almost like I heard you speaking about Paris is Burning earlier.
Yeah.
It's very it's very similar.
See,
to
that
Paris is
movie
Burning.
came out, right?
It came out a long time ago.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said new release.
I mean, maybe they added some stuff to
Yeah.
it, and they've, maybe they digitized it, and
Yeah.
it's a better quality.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was out before.
Yeah, it was definitely out a long time ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. The description of the movie is called The Queens, and in the description it says Paris meets Burning meets I don't know, like Moulin Rouge or something. I forget. But so afterwards, I had the karaoke night, and then every red carpet event that we have. So our red carpet events are our opening night, our closing night, and then our midweek event, which this year will be the film challenge. Those have parties, sponsored parties afterwards. So we're doing opening night party will be at Aged Steakhouse in Forest Hills.
I know where that is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The midweek is being sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, so that should be fun. And then our
That's nice.
closing.
These are all local businesses.
Yeah.
that are-
You just go to the local business.
Yeah.
We
Forest
really
Hills
tried to
Chamber of
get
Commerce.
we
Okay.
really went after everyone in Forest Hills. See who
Well,
wanted
think
to get
about it. They're
involved.
bringing in people to the neighborhood, right, over
Yeah.
the course of 11 days.
Yeah.
That people are going to come in,
Fantastic.
eat in the neighborhood. Why not give back
Also,
and support
Forest Hills
them?
has some great restaurants.
Oh, that's
Right.
the truth, right?
Right.
This is the other. You're
So-
not. Okay, so then you're.
and Queens Bully is our
Oh,
closing.
yeah.
Queens
Bully
Bully.
for
Another
closing
Taste
night.
of Queens
Yeah, yeah,
participant.
Rohan is the guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Siraj and Mark.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're Rohan the.
The owner.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't think I ever met him.
Oh, okay. That used to be an Indian restaurant called Baluchistan.
Baluchi,
That was
yeah.
his parents.
Yes.
Rohan's parents had it. And
That's
then
right.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
he turned it into Queens Bully.
Yeah, very interesting cuisine, great beers.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I like the food there. Food there is
Yeah.
actually really good.
And you also have some. There's something going on at Forest Hills Library.
Yes.
related
So
to this.
so yeah. So in keeping in tune with getting everyone involved, trying to reach out to everyone in Queens. This year we returned to Queens Museum. We have two special presentations there, but we also partnered with the Queens Library this year. So the Queens Library at Forest Hills, we're doing. We have 5 days of free programming for everyone. It's a mix of films. We have some great documentaries with the filmmakers who will be there. These are invited films.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing. There's a film about it's called Surviving Birkenau. about the Holocaust. The filmmakers will be there, and then that'll be followed by an hour Q&A with the filmmaker distributor.
You might have some people who survived Birkenau in Forest Hills still
sure.
living there still.
Yeah, and then we have another documentary. I believe it's on the same day, Carnaval de Cuba. Then that's the filmmaker was also invited. He will be there with an hour Q&A after the film.
He's from Cuba?
He's from Cuba. He's a documentarian, and right now he's actually not that this documentary I think was made. His aim with this, or his goal, was to kind of use it as a way to open the gates to when the travel restrictions were
Yes.
you know
With Obama.
right. So he made the film kind of to encourage
travel.
to encourage the travel. And
his name is Otto Padron, is it? Isn't that the famous
no,
Cuban?
Roberto Monticello.
Oh, okay.
So otherwise known as the mayor of the meatpacking district.
Oh, he lives in Manhattan.
He lives in Manhatton.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he
Don't
was
hold that
Cuban.
against him, Ron.
No, he is.
Might
He
still be
is
a
from
good
Cuba,
person.
but he lives in.
Okay.
He has a great story. He like swam to Florida.
Yeah. The Balsero, they
when he was like
Balsero.
17 or something. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we're doing we're doing workshops, for the filmmakers. So we have one on how to pitch your script to the industry. We have another one where it's with an organization called the New York Indie Film Collective, which is New York's largest organization of independent filmmakers. They're constantly collaborating, and so we figured, let's do a panel with them, a presentation where they could kind of introduce themselves who are independent filmmakers, and hopefully, more people will collaborate.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that's 5 days. Are they afternoon or what?
They are all afternoon. They all,
At the
I want to
Forest Hills
say,
Library, which-
yeah.
Well, the library's got to be in
Forest
the
Hills
afternoon.
Library is, I believe it's 71st Avenue.
It's
Next to the
I believe
post
so.
office?
Yeah, it's 71st. Is it next to the post? It's right across the street from the Midway. So,
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of to the left of the Midway if you're facing the library.
There you go.
If you're facing Queens Boulevard. But yeah, it's 5 days, and I want to say every day starts at 2:30.
Okay.
All the screens are 2:30, and I think the latest screening is at 5:30 at the library.
Okay.
And tell us about the Queens Museum. That's on this Saturday and Sunday?
So this Saturday and
August
Sunday,
3rd and August 4th?
August 3rd and August 10th.
2 Saturdays in a row. August 3rd
No,
and
August 3rd.
10th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm so confused. No, August 4th,
It's
which is
Sunday.
a Sunday,
Right.
And then August 10th is a Saturday. So
okay.
it's a Sunday and a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
So this year, again, one of our goals was to really kind of expand not our audience, not so much our audience, but also our relations.
Sure.
And so we're working with 2 organizations that are in the film and arts, and we are having them do special presentations that are completely free to the public at the Queens Museum.
And it's called Indie Art or something?
So the first organization is Art East,
Art East.
and they're an organization of artists and filmmakers out of Egypt, and they'll be presenting
Really?
work. Yeah, and they'll be presenting some great work from their organization, from artists within their organization. And then on Saturday the 10th, we have the Asian American Film Lab, which also is another non-for-profit that works to promote diversity in film and the entertainment industry. And they're going to be presenting a series of, I think, a couple of web series episodes.
Okay.
And a short film. So, yeah.
So both of those will be about 2 hours.
Those will be 2 hours, yeah, because it's a full-on presentation. So it'll be, I think, the actual screenings will be an hour, and then the heads of those organizations are going to do like an hour presentation to talk about what their organization does and
So
get
you're giving
people
them
involved
some
and
publicity
educated.
as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I got to say, congratulations.
Yeah,
man.
really,
I'm so
it is a
happy
lot of
that
work.
you're
Thank you.
doing-
This
I
is
think
great.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
It is a lot.
This
It's
is
a
now
lot. We
you're
have
in
a
your
small team.
fourth year?
Third
year.
Third
okay.
year, yeah.
Oh, you've grown by leaps and bounds then. That's
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you grew up in Glendale. Is that right?
I did. I grew up in Glendale, right where I live right now. When my parents retired about 10 years ago, I took
moved
over
to
the
Florida.
apartment. I moved to
Surprise,
Florida.
surprise.
Yeah. And
dare
so I took over the apartment, but before then, so I grew up in that building up until I was about 20 something, early 20s. I moved out, but I've always lived within the area in Forest Hills. I used to live in Parker Towers. Zoe Saldana, if you know who that is,
sure.
she was my neighbor. I used to ride the elevator with her all the time.
That's fine.
Over at
Zoe
Park Tower.
Saldana is from.
Dominican Republic.
She's
Right?
Jamaican, Jackson Heights, right?
Yes,
I think
yes. Yeah.
So when she was an actress trying to make it, she was living in Parker Tower.
She was already kind of making it. She was already in Pirates of the Caribbean. She had been in a couple of movies. And I used to ride the elevator with her almost every day. I used to see her every day at the same time. So yeah, I lived at Parker Towers.
Which is in Forest Hills.
In Forest Hills.
Right near the Regal Park border.
Then I lived by Aubrey Avenue, which is also in Forest Hills, like the outskirts by Trader Joe's.
Sure.
So I lived all over the place.
And you were an actor.
And I was I was an actor. And then I want to say in 2014 I stopped doing film and television and started concentrating on stage. And then I did that for 2 years, and that's kind of what led me to do the festival. Is that after doing stage for 2 years, I kind of wanted to get back into the whole film business, and I had traveled around the world with films that I was in at some great festivals. So I wanted to get back in it, and I said, hey, Queens, or at least this part of Queens, doesn't have anything like this. What better way to get myself into this business again than by throwing this big event and inviting everyone from the industry.
There you go.
So yeah.
And 2 years ago, you were not in Forest Hills. You were at the Kew Gardens at the Independent Movie Theater. How many movies did you have?
We
then
were.
when you
So our
started?
first year, we had 156 films.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We had so the reason being is that our first year we had a lot more programming at the museum. We did concurrently at the same time that movies were playing at the theater. They were also playing at the library.
Right.
But that was a lot to handle.
Oh yeah. About 2 locations.
That was a lot to handle.
Scheduling.
And we had a small staff,
Yeah.
so we did that because we wanted people to experience the movies for free, because no one had ever heard of us. They didn't know what we were doing.
Sure.
So we figured, let's throw some movies at the museum,
Right.
So people could go and see what it is that we're doing with the kind of movies that we're playing, and then maybe that'll draw them to Kew Gardens, to the main
That's
theater.
how it works, Rob. You give them the first taste for free, and you bring them
Yeah.
in.
But we actually we ended up reducing the.
Yeah,
the
it's all
amount of
about
films
now it's
playing at the
quality.
museum.
Now it's quality.
But you're in a big movie theater.
Yeah.
Right.
But the-
Nations, you have people from
And now
40
we're in
nations.
3
That's pretty
venues.
incredible.
That's right.
So,
Yeah. 120. It's a nice number.
Anything else that these people should know before they
Come out and see those movies.
It's called Festival of Cinema NY or NYC. NYC.
Yeah.
The website is
website's
festivalofcinema.nyc.com.
That is correct. We're a nonprofit organization. Anyone who wants to donate, feel free.
I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Is this your only job? Do you do anything?
This is my only job.
It's year-round looking at films. And
Usually
curating?
after the festival, me and my girlfriend, Caroline Lim, who's the operations manager, we take a trip. We get away. We're just like, all right, we need to kind
Decompress.
Yes, absolutely. And then everything starts again in September.
Yeah.
So we have
You got-
the last 2 weeks of
You got
August.
the last 2 weeks of August.
And
That's
then
it.
and then September we start getting we start taking submissions October 1st, but September, the whole month of September is setting everything up, making sure our submission platforms are ready to go.
Year-round.
It's a
Yeah,
year-round
Who
gig.
is this Caroline Lim?
Caroline Lim, you've seen her. She's at the festival every year. She runs our box office. She's the one while the festival's going on. She's actually the one who's really in charge and the face you'll probably see the most, because I'm usually in the projection booth or dealing with filmmakers in the actual theater room.
Yeah. And how long have you been dating?
10 years now.
Oh, okay.
there we go.
Maybe you'll propose to her during one of these thematic
I'll make
blocks.
a short film.
there you go.
Surprise her that way.
Is there a big party at the end of it all?
There
you
is.
did last
There is.
time at Terrace in the Park,
yes.
or-
There's. It's not a Terrace at the Park this year. This year we wanted to try something different, so we're doing it at Queen's Brewery.
Okay.
So
in Glendale.
It's like Ridgewood.
Ridgewood. Okay. Yeah.
And we're excited because it's totally a different vibe. It's a more relaxed. The other ceremony over at Terrace Park was very elegant, very
Upscale,
wedding-like,
yeah.
upscale. So we wanted to kind of cut back and kind of be in line with the whole independent feel, that it's not all about glamour and glitz and all that. It's come out, be yourself, have a good time, have a beer.
And Queens Brewery. Queens
Brewery. The guy who runs
Yeah.
it. The guy who runs Queens Brewery's name is Nelson Rockefeller. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, there you go.
He's not
it
the
is.
real. He's not the Nelson Rockefeller.
Yeah,
the
when
former
I got his
governor of
name,
New
I was
York.
like, they said you got to contact Nelson. I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
All right. Well, are we missing anything else? Why should people come?
Because
Support independent cinema.
Support independent cinema, and it's a chance to see movies that you may never. Great, amazing independent films that you may never get to see.
Have you ever any movies from your past years like make it to like I want to say I don't want to be insulting, but mainstream platforms? Like,
We have. Last year we had a film that sold to Sony. It was in theaters. I cannot remember the name of it, but it had. I can't even remember the name of the.
But you make a good point. All of these are independent films.
Right.
These are all independent films.
They're not going to
get
this might be your only chance to see them. Some of them, and they're quality. They're people put their heart and soul into these things.
And you can meet the people.
You can get a chance.
We have over 80% of the filmmakers have confirmed they'll be attending, and we may even have some very well-known faces that show up. So
like
Zoe Saldana. No, not Zoe Saldana. But I don't want to say because just in case that they can't make it, then I just shot myself in the foot. But
are you expecting Rob McKay appearance?
I'll be there.
That
guy. Queen's Brewery. I've never seen the inside of Queen's.
Oh, it's
Brewery.
nice. It's really nice. Yeah. It's pretty big.
Well, that's it on my side.
That's
Chris?
all I got. No, I'm looking next year. I want to see It's in Queens, the Rob McKay story, documentary.
Documentary?
Yeah,
all right. We'll
absolutely.
see if I can do that.
All right.
Anything else? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'm good. Come out, have a good time.
Festival
Come to
of
the
Cinema
parties,
NYC.
networking, come to the movies. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where you get tickets, by the way? That's where you get tickets?
Yeah, our full schedule. You can look up movies by title. You could look at our schedule and go through it, and then and that'll link you to Eventbrite. Or you could actually find us on Eventbrite as well.
There you go.
I'm telling you, this borough is just incredible. All right. Thank you very much, Jayson. Thank you for coming with us. And see you in the borough this weekend or for, 9 days in a row in Forest Hills. All right.